Hi guys, welcome back to Ask Nikki P and Danny P. Whoop, 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 whoop,
I had a
whoop.
burp coming up, but it went back down.
That's uncomfortable when that happens. Okay, before we hop right in, as usual, these videos are sponsored by Netflix. If you use netflix.com/Nikki, you get a free 30-day trial of streaming movie and television. Did you?
Yeah.
Dude, I think I got my grandma to use it, or she's debating using it. So we'll see. I'm like, come on, G-Ma, get me paid. So I'm gonna jump right in now to the question. Hi, Nikki and Dan. My name is Rachel, and I've been stressing out about Prom, which is in May. I have the worst feeling that I won't have a date for it since I don't talk to a lot of boys. I also go to an all-girls school, so boys aren't exactly in my reach. What can I do to find a date?
Okay, how does prom work at an all-girls school?
I was literally just wondering that. So...
How does that work?
Yeah, that's kind of sucky for them to have the expectation that you have to find a date when you're not around anyone ever.
Are you?
You know what I mean.
Is everyone from your school getting the dates from the all-boys school? And how do y'all know each other? What the heck? That's weird.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's not that important for you to have a date. I went to multiple proms without a date. Well, and I went with friends to a couple. I went to a lot of high school dances because I was homeschooled, and that was the only thing I cared about was the school dances. So I went to like 4 different schools, like proms, homecomings, winter formals.
I went to 0 dances.
And I was the homeschooled one.
I refused to go to all of them.
But every single dance that I went to was either with a girlfriend or with a guy that was just a friend. I never went with a date. I went when you were with a guy who thought he was my date. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah. So I only went with friends. And I had a blast that way because it's so cool because I'm able to look back and there's no awkwardness like attached to my dances.
True.
I just get to look back and be like, that was so much fun! Like I have really good memories of like dancing at the Ronald Reagan Library.
You want to have good memories of your prom, and if it's with a dude that you really don't like later on in life, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it is what it is.
To everyone and
yeah, like, it is what it is because we all have things in our life. Yeah, I agree with you that we look back and we're like, so if that's what it is for you, it's like, kind of who cares. But if you have the opportunity to just form your prom right now, exactly. I don't have any bad memories looking back on dances. It's like super fun. So don't feel like you have to get a date. You just rock it really proudly. Like, yeah, I'm going with my friend. Nobody thinks that's weird if you just own it as like not being weird. You know what I mean? So that would be my answer to you, and I feel like that applies to a lot of things.
Just don't swoop on someone else's date when you're there because bad things will happen.
Yeah, that would qualify under that like bad memories category. You don't want to do that. That'll have some bad memories attached to it. So that's our answer. And then the Twitter question says, how to treat eye bags.
What? What?
Bags under your eyes.
Oh, I was thinking of like some Apple product. I'm like, what's an eye bag?
No. I don't really have the answer
Don't
because...
people freeze spoons and stick it under there? Does that actually work?
They say it does because it decreases the inflammation and increases blood flow, I guess.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, that too. Get some sleep. But it's also, here's the thing too, it's hereditary. So, for example, Dan has darker circles under his eyes and the skin on top of his eyes are darker because it's exactly how his mom is. It's from
looks like I have eyeshadow.
Oh, it's what makes your eyes so cute. But like, it's part of his genes. Like, it's part of that Cherokee Indian in you.
116.
So there's that, you know, and like people just have genetic things that sometimes it's like, do what you can, but it's not really going anywhere, and it kind of doesn't really matter that much. So I don't know. I would Google it. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I have heard the frozen spoons thing. I've also heard taking green tea bags and soaking them and then putting them in the freezer and letting those freeze because the green tea and the caffeine supposedly sinks into the skin and increases blood flow.
Is that only a temporary fix?
Yeah, but I think that all of the fixes for bags are only temporary because they just keep coming back, especially if they're hereditary.
Well, can't you go... Well, you can get a surgery for that.
That's for dark circles. I don't think it's for bags. Where they'll drain the blood from the back of your...
Yeah, with a syringe.
Yeah, I know people who have had that done.
That sounds so nasty.
But it straight up worked. But it was for the dark circles. I don't think it was for bags. Maybe it was. But I don't recommend just jumping to that. I have some bags today. Surgery time! So, yeah. I think that is it, huh? I know this was a short episode, but...
Good, because I got to poo.
Okay, we'll
I'm
see you
just kidding.
later. Bye!
See ya.